Welcome everyone to Public Affairs. As always, I am your host Kaylee Yakin, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. Everyone has been asking what we're doing at TV39. So today, we are going to highlight COACB. The first clip we are going to be showing you is from John, talking about the channels that are on our stations. To you, John.
I know a lot of people said, well, I see you on cable. I see you on like channel 20 in Marion or channel 3 in Delaware, and they're saying, I heard you have more channels. We actually have 10 channels. So you're seeing just one of them on cable. This is one of them. Right now, here's 39.1. It's our local content. It's locally originated. So basically, you're seeing right here Brian Bear and Calvin Ray Evans and things like that. It's about their program. This is on the 39.1 right now, and you'll find a lot of local and national different artists on there. We'll go on to the next channel, 39.2 Buzzer. Let's make a deal, and we have a commercial right now, but it's time for a commercial break, I guess. So, but it's Let's Make a Deal is on right now, and we'll see if it actually gets to the program right after that. Hopefully it will. And there it is. Let's Make a Deal. Awesome. So you get to watch that while we're going. And so here's Let's Make a Deal. Next, we're going to Daystar 39.3, where you got Today with Marilyn and Sarah's on right now. But Daystar nationally known, so you might like that network quite a bit. Next one we got is Victory Channel. Rick Renner's TV right now on the Victory Channel, and it's a great another Christian network. Followed by 39.5 Positive TV. It's a mixture between Christian and family-friendly content. So you'll actually see they'll have like the Bad News Bear right next to Fireproof and stuff like that. I really like this network a lot. 39.6, I'll be upfront and honest, it helps us raise some funds. It's a shopping network, and they help us pay the bills. So, I mean, that's why we have it on there. However, 39.7 used to be the jewelry channel. However, we're trying to open up some bandwidth so that way we can actually do some more Christian and family-friendly content. So Jewelry TV, to the chagrin of some people, went away, but we're going to be opening up to a new network. I'm not going to get into which network it is. I don't have contracts signed, so we'll just have to leave it at that, okay? But it's going to be something good, and you're going to like it. Trust me on that. 39.8 COACB Radio. Here, this is all Southern gospel, local and national artists. And then you'll see we have a little tag, so it shows this is the Primitive Quartet. I'm no longer an orphan. And you can listen, turn it up, and you can listen to this while you're doing housework and all this other stuff around the house. It's something that they've been working on. Along with, you might see the Saturday Morning Uplift, and that's what it broadcasts on this feed as well. Then we got 39.9 Greater Love TV, and they have a lot of local and regional churches along with some national people on there. Greater Love, it's a little bit smaller Christian network, but it's good nonetheless, okay? And then finally, but last but not least, we have Fun Roads TV, and this one is all dedicated to nothing but traveling across North America. So that way you can actually see some of the different venues, I guess, in North America. So you're going to find some of the local places to go visit all throughout, and it's just another family-friendly network we got. So we got 10 channels of content, a lot of things to see, a lot of things to watch, and however, if you see something you like, let us know. And what we'll do is we'll make sure that it's staying on our networks, and we'll keep on broadcasting the good news of Jesus Christ throughout Central Ohio. Thank you.
Have you ever stopped by TV39? Have you seen Studio A? If not, you're about to find out.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, I want to give you a quick tour of our Studio A. This is the biggest room that we have here in our facility. And we have, right now we got seating out for roughly about 100 people or whatnot. But, we have seating for many, many more. But let me give you a quick tour. You just came in through the front doors here. But I want to let's go walking through. Come walk with me. What we have over here is what I call Studio A and a half. It's in the Studio A room, but it's another studio that we use used to be lights, camera shop during the day. During the time, and then also we use it for our telethons. And then you'll see we got a bunch of equipment over here, including places for, it's all off right now, but for pan, tilt, zoom cameras, also our monitors and stuff, or our soundboards and stuff like that. And then also we have our TV, our other monitors. I should have had that on before we came in here, but that's okay. Well, we're just doing a quick walkthrough. And you'll see in here we got a lot of the cameras are not hooked in right now, just because we're not using it right away. But, you know, then you see the stage. It's still got some different stuff on it for, we're getting ready for the next auctions coming up in the fall, and others. And we got some other things like I see here, a whole bunch of Tuscany candles and stuff like that. Ooh, that's kind of fancy. And then we're going to go on over and I want to show you some of the stage. I want to show you where it gets, you know, something I'm tickled pink about, okay? Right here is our stage that you might see us on Word of Truth broadcast. We use this for a lot of different things. Public affairs was one last thing that was taped in here. But some of the things that you'll see on the walls is like, this is it's crooked right now, but it's a picture of the TV station here in Marion. It has the big old tower up there, and it's real pretty. The only thing that you'll notice nowadays is there's a satellite dish that's been taken out, actually a couple of dishes taken out. Also has the name of Dad on the front here as well. But we got that. There's also a picture of the skyline of Columbus. When we got this station, not the station, but when we got this set, there was a station in Columbus, WSFJ, that they were actually giving up the license or selling it and relocating and stuff. So we ended up, they were going to trash this set. So we reached out to them, and I think we bought it for roughly about $500, somewhere around there. Don't quote me on that amount, but it wasn't very much. But I want to show you a little bit about it. So this came with it, and that's pretty awesome. And then also the railings and everything else. A lot of people say, well, how is this thing put together? I want to show you how, we'll even show you how they make the sausage, as they used to say in cooking and stuff like that. Here you go. See this background? This is all printed. It is all fabric. This is a fake tree. And how we light the trees, this is where it gets cool. Look up here, and it's probably going to blow out the camera real quick, but you can actually see up here, the different lights is what gives you the different sunsets and stuff like that. And of course, we can adjust all that stuff too. Metal railing here. And so yeah, it's a really cool thing right here. Also, how we get the sound a lot of times is, we use wireless mics. They work a little bit better. We don't get interference that way. So we like our Sennheiser mics. We have a Yamaha, Cladonova. Got to say that about 10 times fast. But basically, so here you can, come up with the cool thing about it is you can play the piano, but it's also digital. So that way you got it plugged straight into the wall, so it goes back there and you get wonderful sound, which I'm tickled pink about that. So here's that. We have how we do the mics for TV39 or for the Word of Truth TV broadcast is right up here. We have a shotgun mic. What kind of mic is that, Tyler? It's an SM something.
It's an an SM89.
SM89 Shure shotgun mic. So a lot of people want to know what kind of equipment we use. So that way you can do this at your own station or do this at, with your own church, stuff like that. Great shotgun mic. I like it a lot. Right now, as I said, we just got done doing prayer line, or not prayer line, but they did a public affairs. My niece, Kaylee, she's been, after John Peterson passed away, we needed someone to keep on doing some of the public affairs programs. And I'm tickled pink where she said, hey, I'll go ahead and try it. So you've seen her a couple times. Also in here, you'll see, I thought this was pretty ingenious myself. I looked through there and I'm like, there's a breeze going on. Well, how's that breeze happening? Looky right here. You see right there's a fan. They put a fan back there just so that way you got action and you can actually see those trees. Okay, of course, those birds are fake, but they're cute. I thought so. And so that way we can have a nice little scene outside of court. So that way it looks like you're looking outside. Other thing that you got to remember, in television, the one thing we hate is glass, okay? Because with glass, you get glare. All these windows, they're fake. You go right on through it. They're fake. So that way you don't get glare on the glass, okay? Also going over, here's one of our podium mics. Then, of course, after Mom and Dad passed away, we wanted, especially first off after Dad passed away, we made a picture of Dad. And a couple years later, Mom passed away, and so I got a picture made of her as well, so that way they're permanently looking over the stage and seeing what all kind of events are going on. And if you ever knew my father, he always wanted to be where the center of where the action was, and so it's kind of nice to know he's still part of that. So anyway, let's move on. Let's go ahead and let's talk about some of these cameras. I got some JVC cameras here. These are little pan, tilt, zoom cameras. What model number are they? Can I look, see? I got to take my glasses off so I can read. These are, I have no idea, Tyler. We'll have to figure that out. Anyway, they're JVC pan, tilt, zoom. The cool thing about it is when you look at these, see how it doesn't have a light up right here? Now, if you go over here to this other camera, let's get over here. And look, you're right here. See how that's lit up? That's how you know which camera you're on. We also have a monitor here showing what's going on, what's actually broadcasting. So like right now, it's got an old word of truth. But what you look, if you look down there, let me get down so you can see it. Hi, okay. That camera's on, as I said. That's what you're seeing down there. And you can actually wave and say hi, and then there you go. And so that's a little bit of behind the scenes. Also, we got another thing here. This is one of our latest purchases. This is a Blackmagic Design Studio camera. Really cool camera. When you actually, this one is one of the fancier cameras. It has your intercom section on here, so that way you can talk to the control room or whatnot. But also, let me get it so you can see something that we do here. Like, let's go ahead and look at the pictures over there. Now, you see how it kind of looks a little bit red? Okay. What that is, and I can make that red go away, that's actually showing what's in focus, okay? So that way, when you zoom in on Dad real quick, let's zoom in on Dad. And now that's really out of focus. Oh my goodness. Really out of focus that way. But when it starts turning red, see how his glasses are red? That's how you know it's in focus. It's that's just one of the tricks of the trade, I guess you can say it that way, of some of our equipment here. And they'll have to set it up for the next program. But I just wanted to give you a quick tour. Hey, by the way, let's go over here real quickly. I want to show you a couple other things. You'll see we got monitors on both sides. There's just a monitor up here of the stage and whatever's going live. Over here, some of our equipment that we still use. Some of it is not that we haven't used in a while. Some of it we have. Also up there is, you'll see the little beacon that's keep on going. That is from the very tip top of our tower before we increased the tower height. We're at 349 foot is how tall the tower is now. However, we increased the height, but beforehand, we're using LED lights on there now. But with that was at the very tip top then. And we just put some lights in there so it'd keep on flashing. So that way when we turn the lights on, the thing keeps on flashing. It's pretty neat. We also have a couple more stages here on the side that we use for general purpose, and we'll set it up. We got lights for each one of them. This one is still a work in progress. We're looking for other volunteers. If you would know anything about carpentry, I was an AB student until I got to carpentry, and that was pretty rough. But I'm always looking for help, and if you want to help us out by doing set design, stuff like that, let us know. Camera, we have all the phone system and stuff like that. And then also, last but not least, I'm going to show you some of the different things that we're trying to do here. Tyler had a wonderful idea. He said, we have all the old memorabilia from like the old Word of Truth TV broadcast. If you watch the ones from, the late 80s, this is what they focused on before the program. Same thing with we had Eagle Christian with John Watson over there. We had the Eagle up there. So we have some of these other ones where we even had a translator station at one time in Ontario before, it actually got flooded and destroyed and stuff like that. But the one thing about it is it's nice to know that station in Ontario went away and we got a lot more powerful station that's in Ashland and serving the Ashland and Mansfield area now to replace it. So, that's some of the different things we're having. We're going to put some more memorabilia on the walls so that way you can actually see about where we came from, and also you're going to see where we're going. All right? Thanks for joining us.
One thing that was not included in the Studio A tour is the cross on the north wall of Studio A. We're going to go to Amos to tell us a little bit about the history of this cross.
I'm Amos Smith here at COACB, and John asked me to give the history on the cross that's hanging behind me. I brought it up here and gave it to the station. It came out of the Kensington Church of the Nazarene, and a gentleman by the name of Dan Weary made it for the church at Kensington, and it hung there for years. And when they redone the Kensington church, it was taken down and I brought it up here. Later, the Kensington church was closed, and here I am. I'm part of COACB, but this hung at the Kensington Church of the Nazarene for years, and it was handmade by Dan Reary down to Prospect. He has now gone on home.
We're going to be going to Shannon next to talk about what is happening in Studio B.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Studio B. This is where we do our lovely editing here on the computer. As you can see, we've got doubles here. You know, I've got our program on one screen and the editor on the other. This is our lovely records wall here. Gotta have something beautiful to keep us happy while we're working. Then we've got our lovely studio over here. This is where we record the Saturday morning uplift every Saturday at 10 a.m. on the 39.8 channel. As you can see, we've got 3 microphones with headphones set up here. You know, we look pretty good, don't we? Anyway, we have the new wall. We're no longer using a green screen. We actually have a nice backdrop. Then on over here, you can see we have a huge monitor. This monitor shows us exactly what songs are playing so that we can announce everything and tell you what's upcoming or what just played. And then over here we have our lovely monitor and the good old LP player. Gotta love that. This is where we monitor everything and make sure that we're going over the air nice and easy, giving you a nice, lovely, good program. So thanks a lot. I hope you enjoyed the tour.
The next goal we are working on at COACB is working on our social media presence. So let's go find out what we're doing to make our social media presence better.
Hey, I got something here at the TV station that I am tickled pink with. The one thing that we do a lot of things here at the TV station pretty good, if you ask me. I mean, we have a lot of local program. We got some live programming and gospel sings and all sorts of good stuff. However, the one thing I think we're lacking a little bit on is on social media. I'll be the first to admit out there, I don't Facebook well, I'm guilty. But the one thing about it is we're going to try to make it our goal to do better. And when I was talking to different people and different ones here at the station, different volunteers and people, they were saying what we need to do is do more Facebook Reels. And when you do a Facebook Reel, on TV, you see it's kind of wide. It's actually a 16 by 9, so it's 16 wide by 9 tall. However, when you do a Facebook Reel, you got to worry about the way a phone is. So you want it actually taller than it is wide. So I was thinking, well, how do you go about doing that? And I was thinking you take the camera and you put it on its side and record it. Well, it don't work too well that way. However, so, you know what? I said we need to find a solution. Well, because of your generous support here at with the telethon and donations and stuff like that, I said we're going to solve this problem. We're going to solve it the right way. So we went out and looking, and I found a item here that is just absolutely awesome. What this is a DJI Pocket 3, DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I guess I should get the name right. And what this is, it's a little camera. It has. Let me show it real close, up close to you. See that little camera, that lens right there? Isn't that cute? It's got a little 1-inch sensor on it, so it's got really good true pictures and stuff like that. It looks really good. And then when you see the screen, you can see it that way. And then what you have is this thing will actually record in that 9 by 16 tall, which is your Facebook Reels. that's what we're trying to do. You can record that way, but also we're a television station. I make no bones about it. That's my passion is TV. I want something that will record not just the way for Facebook, so that way your Facebook looks good, but I want something where you can record it each and every time and it looks good on TV. Well, guess what? This thing, all you gotta do is this right here. Flip it and looky right there. See how that changed? It changed the format on it, so that way you can record in that 16:9. This thing will do all the way up to 4K. So what we'll do is we record the programs and stuff and we down convert it, so that way it looks good. And so that way we can do all of our social media posts and stuff like that, and also use it for commercials, use it for other things. Beautiful thing about it, costs $500. Absolutely awesome little camera. I really like it, and I want to thank you out there for donating to your Christian organization, Christian stations, so that way we can try to make our social media that much better, and hopefully you'll see me and others, little things that we have on social media with this little camera. Once again, I want to thank you. All right, you take care.
COACB has been in business for over 40 years. So something we've been working on recently is restoring and capturing our old footage. This is to be able to show the modern people now what it was like back then. So we're going to head to John in the retro capture room.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, you want to see something cool? I want to show you something real cool. We have right here a capture station that we've set up here at the station. We have, oh my goodness, I changed channels. Well, anyway, what I have here is where we're taking the old programs that we have. This is an old Word of Truth. Here, look down in there. What's the date on that? Can you see in there? 1987. That's actually on an old beta tape, okay? So, I mean, that's, you'll see my grandma on there, my mom, of course, my Aunt Rita, and these are some of the old Word of Truths. And what we're trying to do is capture these and restore them, and we had to do something a little bit different, because when you're dealing with beta, and then also we have over here, what else we got recording? Oh, well, let me get it switched over. Sometimes old technology doesn't work real well with new technology. But this is actually the popcorn parade from 2001. 2001, and there you see Marion, Ohio, the popcorn parade. So what we're doing is we're capturing these, and how we're going about it, you want to see some of the nuts and bolts behind it. Basically what we're doing is we're taking the back of these equipment, and then we're going back here, and you see where it goes. It looks like a mess. Just, look, I'm sorry. But the whole thing is we're going from the composite and we're going to the SDI out, so that way we can actually take that and record that on the newer recorders, like these are down here. And then you're seeing we're using 2 of these Blackmagic design recorders, and we're recording straight onto USB-C. And then what we've been doing with them is we're trying to air them on the air, on TV for one thing, which is great. Don't get me wrong, I like that. But also the one thing that we've been doing is, let me turn this down. It's kind of hard to talk over my dad and stuff like that. Even though he's been on to be with the Lord right now, sometimes he was always a rough one to talk over. But what we've been doing is, you'll see right here, we have our YouTube page, and this is for the Central Ohio Association of Christian Broadcasters. And then what we've been doing is taking some of these old programs, like here's a Word of Truth from 1988, and that was me right there. Oh my goodness. And there's my brother and dad and stuff like that, my grandpa Aiken, and dad from Word of Truth. And this is when they had special guest Lewis Copley on there, or Copley. Basically, so you can actually go and watch these from yesteryear whenever you want to. So we're trying to make it so you have a time where we're going to play some of the old ones, but also we're trying to make it so you can actually watch them pretty much on demand. So when you do that, it's one of the cool things that we're doing here. And let's go back to, let's make sure that that's going. And once again, when you're dealing with old technology and new technology, sometimes the frame rates aren't quite right or whatnot, and we have to get it resynced to the SDI piece of equipment here. But anyway, thanks for visiting, and No, it was fine. It's just a piece of equipment. Older equipment, what can I say? But the one thing about it is thanks for stopping on in and seeing a little bit about what we're doing here at your local Christian TV station, TV39.
We have some new programs here at COACB, and one of those new programs is Spotlight on Churches. Let's head over to Shannon to tell us a little bit more.
Hi, have y'all heard what's going on here at TV39? We have a new program starting. It's called Spotlight on Churches. This is a 30-minute program where your church can get involved with our station for free. We will air your services, whatever you want, congregational singing, prayers, whatever you want, we'll air it. You come here, borrow this equipment, and we have a checkout list, and then it's as simple as filling out this form. All we need is some simple information about you and your church, and you can take this equipment home with you and take it to your church, film it, bring back the equipment. We will do the editing, polish everything up, put whatever information you want, your church name, hours, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. We'll put it on the screen for you, and you'll have a program on TV, all for free. So stop in here at 1282 North Main Street, Marion, Ohio. If you have questions, you can call us at 740-383-1794. Thanks a lot.
Hi, it's John Aiken, President of the Central Ohio Association of Christian Broadcasters. I want to thank you for taking time to see a little bit about our TV broadcast ministry we have here in Central Ohio. And see a little bit of behind the scenes of like what's behind the set in Studio A, and find out a little bit about how did we get that cross in the back of the room. I want to thank you for taking time to learn a little bit about us. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to do one thing, and that's to grow with us. If you would like to help us out and help out our broadcast ministry, so that way we can expand the coverages that we're currently in and be able to offer more programs and more things to the people in Central Ohio, well, could you partner with us? Below you'll see an address and even a link where you can go and donate to help us out along the way, so we can actually have some more programs and do more things to help share the love of Jesus throughout Central Ohio. And once again, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to do one thing, to learn a little bit about our broadcast ministry and a little bit more about the Central Ohio Association of Christian Broadcasters. We came from a real humble beginnings, and we're still growing and we're still moving on. And well, what a bright future we're all going to have together. And if you wouldn't mind, partner with us today. Thank you.